You probably know Maltego for this. But that is just one small piece of a very big pie. Maltego do search, they do monitor, they do evidence, and they do data. It's no longer just a link analysis tool, it's evolved into an enterprise level, all-in-one investigation platform for CTI professionals, OSINT investigators, law enforcement, and anybody else who might need capabilities like these. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been using Maltego for almost as long as I can remember. I've used the free stuff, I've used the paid stuff, and I'm going to show you around all these new capabilities. So let's jump in. I'm going to start with Maltego Search. Maltego Search lets you search basic data points on the go. Names, email addresses, phone numbers, aliases, and domains. It works on mobile, so if you want to kick off an investigation away from your computer, you absolutely can. And what's really powerful about this is if you have a whole bunch of people in your wider team that aren't trained in intelligence, like using the Maltego graph and bigger tools, but they need the capability to run some basic searches for some reason before they come and bother the actual intel team and distract us from work. They can do this so easily. They can search through hundreds of social media networks and terabytes of data. They can click on these data points to see where that data was found, and then if they need to, they can investigate something further and then add that to the search. This then feeds that data point back into the overall search criteria and goes and finds more data. Super easy. And of course, it wouldn't be Maltego if there wasn't a graph. There is a graph here built into the search function. It's very straightforward, but when you're ready, you can export this to Maltego graph format and bring it into the full-on desktop application. And that gives you access to all the transforms and enrichments that we have all grown to know and love. So that's Maltego Search. Let's talk about Maltego Monitor. Maltego Monitor is another game changer. It lets you monitor and observe social media in real time. So if your team needs to monitor emergencies impacting public or business operations, or targeted disinformation campaigns on social media that affect public figures or brands, you can pretty much monitor all the social medias at once in real time. It's fantastic. You don't need to flick between Chrome browser tabs like I used to do. For example, maybe you run a security team and you need to monitor your office locations for physical security events, maybe riots or things like that. You can monitor these locations and keep an eye on things before it all escalates. This is a great tool for that job. Now, I've been there before. I've been scrolling through X and Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram using advanced searches and manual filtering, refreshing the page to try and get near real-time awareness, but it's a nightmare if you've ever tried to do that yourself. Maltego Monitor is collecting all the data from all of these social networks and bringing it together in one place, and then you just use the app's native filters to scrub through that data. It's so easy. Now, where it gets really useful is when you make dashboards. A lot of the time, people in other teams, risk teams, compliance teams, social media teams, public relations teams, will ask you about what is going on regarding an event. You can build a dashboard inside of this app and share the link with them, and now they can see everything in real time. They don't even need to sign up for an account. It's awesome. Let's talk about Maltego Evidence. Evidence helps you harvest and collect social media evidence in a standardized way. It provides direct access to original data from multiple networks, and it really helps you conduct deep social network analysis in coordination with other investigators and teams and units. All you have to do is connect your social media accounts and give them a target. And then off they go. They download everything, images, videos, comments, reactions, you name it, they get it. And believe me, it can save a whole lot of data points, and they're all custom to each social media platform. You can do some graph analysis here too and show how things link together within an individual case. And there's even this really powerful report builder. Everybody loves a report. It allows you to build custom reports that you can then export to PDF and share with people you're collaborating with, even law enforcement. And remember, Evidence is saving all of this stuff to disk, to your computer. So if someone starts deleting posts and things, it doesn't really matter because you have it on disk with all the metadata you could ever want. It's a simple and powerful tool. Let's talk about Maltego Data. One of the frustrating things in the past, and even today with other vendors, is that you still have to go and buy a whole bunch of separate license keys to other companies' data sets to then bring that in to your tools. But with Maltego Data, all that changes. Maltego's built a whole bunch of connectors for us, and it's bundled together into a credits model. You can just adjust your credits by changing your plan, and this will let you pull as little or as much data from some of the best data providers out there. And as part of this, you can run searches across more than 200 social media platforms, I think over 1 billion online identities, over 1 terabyte of breach data, and 1 billion website records from the Whois database. It's a game changer. Even from a contracts perspective, I don't have to go and sign with 20 different companies after going through 20 different pitches and onboardings and negotiations. You just sign up with Maltego Data and you're off. One of the things that I think is super important is flexibility around data, and with Maltego Data you can integrate any internal or external data source via their SDK. You can even build your own data connectors through external APIs. It's super flexible. So there you have it. That is a whistle-stop tour of all of the things that Maltego have added. It is amazing. You got data, insights, search, evidence collection. Now, if you want to go check it out, there's a link in the description you can use, or if you want to see me play around with Maltego Graph, I'll put a link in the description to a video where I show you around the platform. If there's something you'd like to see Maltego add to all this new stuff, let me know in the comments and I'll make sure they get it. I'll see you online.